Good afternoon, everybody out there. This is Arjax coming at you again, making another Let's Play World of Warcraft video. So I queued up for specific dungeons. Normally in my leveling progression, I will use random dungeons. The reason why I'm doing specific dungeons here is so that we don't run the same dungeon over and over and over again. So this dungeon's actually very, very simple to do. I actually really don't like this one. I think I've done a video on it before, but you just kind of just skip through to the boss, and then you get your bag. And so since I don't, obviously I am, miserable time. I don't like this. Because I'm not doing the random thing. So since I'm not doing the random thing, I don't have any quests for this dungeon. Not any quests. I'm not going to get an EXP bonus for completing it. So maybe we'll just go back to doing random dungeons. Because this is actually broken down to a 3-part dungeon now in World of Warcraft, as opposed to a big one through the Let's Play or the Random Dungeon Finder. So, and it's actually a fairly fast dungeon to do. I'm a little bit, let's see. So this is the, I don't really even know which version of this is. So I'm assuming this is actually the highest level one because everybody is higher than me. And the other, but it might be one of the mid ones also. So holy cow! So what this is telling me is somebody's pet aggroed all of this crud. Gonna try to pick up everything and try to keep us alive. Don't know if it's gonna happen. We will see. We will see what is going on here. It looks like we're gonna come out of this okay. I'm popping my cooldowns, using my self heals. But this is definitely way bigger than I would have pulled on my own. But, it seems like, we're getting everything under control now. And so that's the key point there. So yeah, we did to get everything under control. I forgot to let people know that I'm recording in this. So, there we go. But that's okay. We're, everything's all gravy. But yeah, absolutely, that was definitely like a wake-up call. Props to the healer there, level 36, pulling that out so that we can actually just get through this dungeon. Oh, something that's kind of cool that I just discovered today is if you Google Arjax, A-R-J-A-X, my channel is the first thing that pops up on Google. It's been the second thing and the third thing for a while, but today it actually went to the first thing. So the hunter has a pet tauntaun. I just noticed that it got taunted off me, so I'm going to ask if the hunter will take out the pet taunt. So he seems like he should be pretty well experienced hunter. Maybe not experienced as a hunter, but but yeah, he definitely knows how to turn off the pet taunt. So that is one of those things that is always nice. It just kind of sucks if you're running through a dungeon and somebody's got a pet taunt on. So let's see, the fastest way through here is, you know what, let's just go up here. I'll go the way that I'm most familiar with, and as opposed to just running the fastest one. So, the one thing that I do like about dungeons over questing is, everything's very linear. You definitely know exactly where to go, how to do it, and that ultimately I really do enjoy. It's not as confusing as, just traditionally doing quests. You could see like my definite confusion in the last video of doing quests, and so that kind of sucks. And then the next time I'm gonna have to go and do quests, it looks like I'm probably gonna cap in the next 30 minutes at level 35. So if I cap in the next 30 minutes to level 35, then I'm going to be out of that questing zone. So since I'm going to be out of that questing zone, I'm going to have to go and discover, or rather find, oh shoot, that's my bad. Probably not high enough to do that pull. Let's see. Got to get my rage up, get unstunned. Trying to get my rage up to cast my shield block again. Definitely taking a lot more damage than I would like to be taking at this point. With the damage that I'm taking at this point, it definitely is an indication that I pulled too much, and I need to be more aware of that. This is also a boss, I do believe. Yeah, he's a boss. So, you know, I definitely didn't want to pull that boss like that. So, after we're done here, we basically go out and, so I think we can just jump down here. I don't know, but I did. So yay me. That was definitely a blooper on my part. Sorry heels to that if you watch this. So we need to get over here. Oh crap. Yeah, not the best idea to be looking at the map apparently. So the hunter and them come around, 5th time dying. But we will pause for a second so that we just don't have me sitting around dead for a while. Alright, the healers come over, so yeah, definitely my fault. The healer didn't come down with me, I thought the healer did. I knew the healer was a priest. What I didn't realize was that the priest I was seeing, even though I should have realized it, was a shadow priest. And with that being a shadow priest, was not healing me. I should have paid a lot more attention to that. So, nobody seems to be following me here. Yeah. Like I said, I don't really like this dungeon all that much. Holy cow. Get a heal off. Please, healer, where are you? I'm gonna run away. Where did the healer go? I don't know where the healer is. Without knowing where the healer is, I'm kind of failing at this. That is one of those things that you need to know. Like, so I see the white and I'm like, oh, well, that's a healer. Where is heals? I don't know where the healer is. So, but I do got a couple self-heals, so we'll keep going. The Shadow Priest cast a bubble on me, so that helps out a lot. And you know, I don't know where the healer is. Oh, there they are. I think they just decided to go a different way. They're trying to run away from somebody, so we'll go try and pick up their ads that they summit, or that they pulled, and you know, save their life. I think they could have just healed the damage, but anyways. So yeah, you definitely do make mistakes on that. But on this dungeon, you know, and if I'd run this dungeon more recently, I'd have known where I was going a little bit better. But yeah, not an issue. Heals. So yep, so now we're just gonna complete run out this way, and I think that it'll bring me to where I need to go. Like I said, I haven't run this dungeon for a while. You know, Well, yeah. So, yeah. For anybody out there watching, like my let's play WoW. I don't edit stuff out. I will pause the video sometimes to cut down on the length of it in dry times where I'm gonna like run out of things to say if we just stay there. But overall, there is zero editing that goes into these. With the dungeons like this, it's just dungeons, quests. You know, it's just, you know, I'm just playing World of Warcraft with you guys. And if anybody wants to play World of Warcraft with me in the game, just send me a Blizzard tag invite, Arjax hashtag 1047. We can definitely get together and play WoW. I have tunes all over the spectrum as far as levels, so I may not have a tune in your level, but it's a good chance that I will. And we can run some dungeons or go do some quests. You know, just pretty much whatever. You know, if I'm on and somebody messages me and they're like, "Hey, you want to play World of Warcraft with me?" Normally I say yes. I've been, kind of sloughing the playing World of Warcraft thing with friends recently. And it's not because I don't want to play with them. It's ultimately what's going on in my life at the moment is I got a ton of homework to do. And I just got a job also. So, like, school's been typically my job. But, and actually I can pay my bills just by going to school because of the military. I got a GI Bill. And so with the GI Bill, I was able to... do I want to ninja that? So I'll ask. I'll see if he needs it. I won't need it if he needs it. Yeah, let's run another. So, if I run a random dungeon, I'm going to be in the top part of the queue with these guys. So, but, yeah, this is what happens in it. Unfortunately, I just ran this dungeon, so oh, they left, but that's fine. Oh well, not a big deal. I didn't think that this dungeon would pop. Specific dungeons, they can't do it right now. We're gonna get another one. I thought I'd have been past this one, but I might have looked at it a little bit. But either way, I'm gonna get my bonus for this, and I can run this one a lot faster this time. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should do that escort quest. It gives me a ring, and I don't think that I have a ring. I'm missing a ring. So doing the escort quest would be helpful, but it does take a bit more time. So let's see what's going on here. Fortunately, my DPS is pretty decent with this character right now, so we should be able to get through this fairly quickly. And make sure that everything stays aggro on me. I did mess up that in a couple of videos ago. So let's see if I can actually pull this one off without getting anybody killed, or myself killed for that matter. Normally I'm the only person who dies, so that is definitely a plus for me. I'd much rather die than have anybody else die, because at least that way, my purpose is to take the damage and die, essentially, if need be. definitely don't want to have other people dying, and especially not the healer. Definitely failed on a big part in that episode where I let the healer die. And I'll try not to allow stuff like that to happen. So we'll see what's going on. So that guy is glitched. You can't actually get to him. Got a caster on me. I think I got pretty decent aggro for him. So we'll just continue on running and pull this stuff and probably the healer around the corner. Unless somebody aggroed him off of me. So yeah, I should pay more attention to where the actual heals is at, because I watched my health dip to about 50% there. So I need to do that a little bit. He doesn't seem to, most of the time with the healer, they'll stick with the tank. But he kind of stays with the group on this. So, that's just one of those, like, playstyles that I need to be aware of. And if he can't see me, he can't heal me. And that is definitely one of those things that I need to be aware of, is to stay in line of sight of the healer so that the healer is able to heal me, rather. That is ultimately, like, the biggest thing right there. Like, the healer needs to be able to see me to heal me, and if he can't see me, he can't heal me. Same thing with the ads, if they can't see me, they can't do damage to me. So, like, with the casters, that's where the line of sight pulls come in, because they'll move to where they can see you. So that is definitely one of those things. Last time I tried to go straight down this hall, and with the ads. This time I spent a little bit more time killing them, which is beneficial. Really, we could probably just skip this entire boss pull and the other one. I don't think that it's dependent on clearing the dungeon, but we'll do it anyways. It gives you pretty decent EXP. I think it's like 1 or 2k EXP for this guy. So, I'm probably not going to be able to do a video tomorrow. I got a chemistry lab that I have to do, and so with that chemistry lab, have to do that. I also have a pre-calculus lab that I have to do. I have to do all kinds of stuff. The chemistry lab's due tomorrow. The math lab, I got an extension on it because I didn't know that it was due, so I have to get that done as soon as possible. So tomorrow, and then it's being Friday, I have a friend's birthday party to go for, and I'm going to be the DD for them, which, is fine. I don't really drink, and, the only thing that kind of sucks about being a DD is that if you're a DD, that means you're there the whole night. Like, if I get tired tomorrow night and want to go home and, like, sit down on the couch and relax a bit, I'm not going to be able to, because, I have to be there as the DD. I can't bail out. And I think that's part of the reason why they ask me to be the DD, because, I'll go and I'll make my appearance with my group of friends, and, I normally bail out. Like, it's horrible for me to say that, but I normally do bail out because, the bar thing really isn't my scene. The girls want me to dance with them, and, everybody's kind of being silly and drinking, and I'm like, yeah, that's fun and all, but it's not really my thing, and, so I'll deal with it for a while and, like, kind of put up with it, but, and I haven't gone out for a while to a bar, so we'll see if it's more fun this time, and I think it will be more fun. There's actually going to be a guy that goes out with our group. Normally it's just all girls, and so, don't really have much kind of companionship with that. So we got to, so I pulled around the corner here, which was pretty cool. It's not really cool. It's just really a mechanic, and it's one of those mechanics that a lot of people forget. So that whole boss fight is really just casters. So by pulling around that corner there, I'm able to, do the same thing that I need to be aware of with the healer, is the line of sight, and the healer. So I eliminated the line of sight for those guys. So even though DPS was still doing their damage to it, I was able to pull them towards me so that I could maximize my DPS, and it's not going to affect their DPS negatively. It might actually increase their DPS, because if they're able to, if they have AoE spells, they're able to cast those with maximum effect. So, you know, I'm kind of, I kind of got out of my healer's line of sight there, and probably her spell range. I'm assuming it's a girl. It has a female icon on it. So, and I do know that guys play female avatars. I don't understand it, but they do it. So, with that being said, I kind of do assume that every player in World of Warcraft is a guy. You know, I'm married. I'm not going to try to pick up chicks anyways. But I just kind of treat them like I treat a guy, which is pretty much the same way I'd treat a girl. You know, I kind of get accused of being a little flirtatious with females. So if I just treat them all like guys, then hopefully I won't get accused of being flirtatious. So that is ultimately my goal, is to play it safe and not get in trouble. So it looks like this is going to be the only dungeon that we're going to be able to get through in the time limit. But we will... Oh, this one and the last one. So yeah, that was actually my goal, was to run 2 dungeons. And then gonna go questing after that and see how well that works out. You know, and if we still have time, you know, like 10 minutes or so, I'll run another one. We'll see what this is looking like after this. You know, really just trying to stick to that 30-minute window there. You know, and if I didn't stick to a time limit, you know, I was trying to do an hour before, but like my second video was like almost 2 hours long, and that's kind of ridiculous. Well, you know, I don't know how you guys watch it. Obviously, like, the way I watch YouTube videos is normally when I'm playing World of Warcraft or a different video game, or, you know, doing homework, I'll have, you know, them running in the background. So, not necessarily the background. I have 2 monitors hooked up, so I'll have it in my left background, and you know, I just it's kind of nice to have sound going. And I'm not a big music person myself. I don't really listen to music all that much. So not to say that I don't. You know, with it being summertime, I've been riding my motorcycle pretty much everywhere I go. So I don't have music hooked up on my motorcycle. I got a sports bike. I know, like, with some of those big cruisers and stuff, people will put music, like speakers on their bike, and they'll play music as they drive. I don't do that. Music for me while I drive is just kind of like a background noise anyways, to, you know, just kind of occupy the processing of my brain. And, you know, that's really what it is for me. It's kind of like I need something else going on in my mind while I do stuff. Otherwise, I get incredibly bored. So that's why these, like, Let's Play WoW videos work fairly well for me, too, while I'm recording them. You know, obviously, I don't have a YouTube channel running right now that I'm watching. But when I, you know, if I'm not recording, you know, I always have something on. But with this and me talking you through what I'm doing here and just kind of having a conversation with you guys, it is allowing me to keep my mind occupied. With World of Warcraft and a lot of video games, you know, and especially if you're not thinking about what you're doing, and that is definitely the case for me while I'm running like a lot of these low-level dungeons, is I'm not thinking about it anymore. It's just so commonplace for me to know what to do because I've run these all that much. I actually did the math on it, and it's a little bit less than actual dungeons I've run in World of Warcraft, because I have characters on other accounts, and I've leveled a couple of characters for friends of mine running dungeons on their accounts, you know, just for them, just queuing up and running dungeons for them. So the number of of World of Warcraft dungeons that I've run, and it's a conservative number, probably a few hundred less than I've actually run, but it's around like 2,200 dungeons. And obviously World of Warcraft does not have 2,200 dungeons in it, so that realistically means that I've run more dungeons than any of my friends, and definitely gonna run this dungeon, you know, in probably the last month. I've probably run this dungeon like 15 times. So I'm not thinking about, you know, what do I need to do next, how do I need to do it, or anything like that. It's just kind of an automated process. So for me, if I was to sit down and try to level all the way through by myself with no background music or nothing else going on, I would get very bored, and it wouldn't be something, you know, that I'd really enjoy doing. One thing that I need to do that I haven't really had time to like sit down and figure out is to make an intro video to my channel, and realistically just make videos or make an intro and like do that kind of stuff, make it a little bit more professional. I also need to sit down and decide on like thumbnails, because that's key for it to I'm putting out all this content and I do enjoy the feedback, but it's not, to grow the channel I'm going to need to step it up as far as the production value of this, and getting thumbnails probably isn't that big of an issue, or but it's really for me deciding what to do. Like after I decide what to do, then that's pretty much what I do until I come up with another great idea. And so in my mind I haven't been able to create what I would say is the perfect World of Warcraft thumbnail for this. And I definitely do need to do that. I need to at least do that for these, and then after I start doing a few thumbnails, I'm sure I'll get the hang of it. I'm not a very artistic person, so that also hampers me a little bit. It's just one of those things. It's like, what do I do? How do I do this? It's like, so like I said before, I'm gonna wait and see if anybody's on the quest. And so since nobody's over there anymore, I'm assuming that they got it. And so since they got it, we can continue on. So I did the escort quest with you guys last time, and I wouldn't do it again. But I do need the ring, but I failed it, and I'm not quite sure why I failed it. I think it was because at the end I ran over and I started turning in the quest because I forgot about the 2 boars that summon afterwards. So we got our thing there, got a shield. It's not worth it. It's not worth disenchanting either. So we're just gonna jump down here and start this pull for the guys over here. Hopefully, yeah, everybody came down, so that was kind of nice. So there we go. After this escort quest, this is gonna be, episode 6 and 7. Well, 6 was the one I just recorded before this, and then this will be 7. So I'm actually looking at like almost 24 hours of video rendering and uploading time. Since I do the no music one with the music one, it doubles the production time of this, which isn't all that bad. But it's going to take that time, and while I'm doing it, I can still do other stuff on my computer. What I should really do is my operating system for my desktop crashed, and my laptop is pretty much as powerful as my desktop, but getting my desktop going isn't going to take all that much time or effort. And so what I did, but I just haven't got around to it. It's kind of one of those things, it's like, yeah, it's easy enough, but I haven't done it. So what I need to do is I need to do that. And I used to have my laptop set up as a dedicated rendering machine, and I definitely want to do that again. And I would record to an external hard drive just so I don't have to copy over the files. And so that actually makes it a lot faster. And if I needed to, I could render on both of the machines at the same time. So I could get the Let's Play WoW with music and sound out at the same time. But at the same time, having this computer dedicated as a rendering machine, it means that I don't have anything else running on it. And it renders off from the CPU, and since I have a Core i7 on here, it simulates 16 cores. So it's a lot easier to, it renders the videos a lot quicker. But anything I do on the computer while it's rendering is definitely slows the progress. But at the same time, you know, I do, like, most of my college courses are online. So what I'll do in between doing videos, when I decide to do videos, is I will be, you know, doing my college stuff, and with my college stuff, you know, it's using a web browser, which isn't terribly CPU intensive, but it definitely does trip it up a bit. You know, I looked at it before, and like a 10-minute video rendering would take like 30 minutes. So then, you know, by itself, so it definitely does trip it up a little bit, and you know, it uses up the time. So if I end up just setting this up as a dedicated rendering machine, it'll definitely speed up the production time of turning out these videos, and that'll be fine. But I'm kind of lazy, and it's working out fairly well anyways. I prefer to do the rendering and the video editing on this computer anyways. My desktop is more powerful, but for doing the video editing and the rendering, my laptop's more powerful, which is kind of cool, but it kind of sucks. The reason why my desktop is more powerful overall than my laptop is simply because it has a faster clock speed on the CPU and a little bit better video card. But where this one thrives it's a multi-threaded i7. Most computer programs don't take advantage of the multi-threading, but the video editing software that I'm using does take advantage of multi-threading. So with it being multi-threaded, and being able to take advantage of that, the laptop is much more comparable at doing it. And I know that's kind of like a random thing, and it might have been a little bit boring for you guys to hear of. So I do apologize for that. Definitely don't want to bore you with the multi-threading, you know, binge kind of information. But, you know, there it is. And that is, you know, that is thought process that goes into completing World of Warcraft videos. You know, you're like, oh, well, how do I do this? So, and it's something that, you know, I've discovered over time. So I'm going to thank these guys for the runs. Have a good day. So if you like my video, please like, comment below. And as always, Arjax.